The chantry teaches us that it is the hubris of men which brought the Darkspawn into our world. The mages had sought to usurp heaven, but instead, they destroyed it. They were cast out, twisted and cursed by their own corruption. They returned as monsters, the first of the Darkspawn. They became a blight upon the lands, unstoppable and relentless. The Dwarven kingdoms were the first to fall, and from the deep roads, the Darkspawn drove at us again and again, until finally we neared annihilation. The Grey Wardens came. Men and women from every race, warriors and mages, barbarians and kings. The Grey Wardens sacrificed everything to stem the tide of darkness, and prevailed. It has been 4 centuries since that victory, and we have kept our vigil. We have watched and waited for the Darkspawn to return. But those who once called us heroes have forgotten. We are few now, and our warnings have been ignored for too long. For I have seen with my own eyes what lies on the horizon. Maker, help us all. Greetings.
Oh, hey guys, you found me. Welcome. This will be my first playthrough on this channel. And I wanted to do one of my favorite games, Dragon Age Origins. This is kind of like a mourning process for me. At the time of recording this, it was the recent news about Veilguard. Yeah, so heads up, I played all these games, but I wanted to do kind of a retrospective slash, I guess you could say, mourning process of the series. So, I'll get into more of what I want to do, but right now I'm just going to create my character. And I'll catch you back in a second. Alright, welcome back guys. So yeah, Here's Deus Iduken. I have 200 hours playing this on my Steam account, and I usually favor the Human Noble because it has that, hero's journey, like Luke Skywalker sort of deal. But I would also argue that, every origin story has that sort of hero's journey, but so much so you could see that parallel in Human Noble. But I really like, you could also see it in a way in the Dwarf Noble, and I think it's more interesting for veterans of the series to play a Dwarf Noble because you're more familiar with the dwarven politics. So yeah, this is Deus Iduken. He's going to focus a lot on strength and dexterity and constitution. Along with, I think for a noble, it should definitely coercion. Definitely has to speak it. I think he has improved combat training. I think since he's going to be a warrior, he's definitely going to have that. I think that's a good fit. Now, on side note, I did download some mods. You can see the mod list down in the description, but it's mostly for gameplay tweaks and a lot of fixes because this is a really old game on modern hardware. So nothing graphical. I kind of like the old style. I always find that it's really hard to upgrade the graphical intensity of a game because I don't know, it just never looks right in my eyes. But yeah, just gameplay tweaks. As you can see, you usually start off with compact tasks, but I already get points to spend. Kind of redundant since you already get these when you start. But I feel it was appropriate for what I'm going with. Yeah, and I'm going to focus a lot on the sword and shield. I'll probably make Alistair more of the dual weapon type, because I did install the mod to where you can respec your character. Because I like to be the tank. I think it's really cool to have this burly dwarf, with a sword and shield that can't just be knocked down. But yeah, probably focus on shield balance, shield defense, shield balance, and let's see. You don't want powerful yet. Probably in the next level up or two. And let's see, shield block. Focus on that defense. And then yeah, we'll be playing on Nightmare difficulty. I've only done Nightmare difficulty once before. Yeah. But as a preview of what's going on, I'm going to get into the stuff later, but right now, as I said, it's going to just be kind of a retrospective, kind of what's off the cuff in my mind at the moment, and then play this game, play all the games, play all the series, all the way to Veilguard, to formulate my opinion and to discuss it with other people in the comments, and we'll get into other objectives while they kind of be introduced naturally. But yeah, let's continue.
Deep beneath the Frostback Mountains sits Orzammar, the larger of two known remaining dwarven cities in the world. Orzammar was once the seat of a major empire connected by tunnels called Deep Roads, which stretched thousands of miles. The city now stands alone, cut off from the rest of the dwarven ancestral lands by the Darkspawn incursion. Secure in Orzammar's impregnable construction, the dwarven noble houses continue their centuries-old power struggles. Assassination and blackmail are commonplace, but the appearance of honor is paramount. You are the second child of King Endrin of House Iduken, the 9th Iduken ruler elected by the Noble Assembly. You grew up in a world rife with political intrigue and have struggled against brothers and cousins for honor and prestige. Today, a feast celebrates your first military commission, the opening move towards real power in the ever-changing game of dwarven politics.
Greetings, my lord. You are dressed and ready. Excellent. I couldn't find the armor's matching dagger, but I scrounged up a rather fancy longsword. Do you wish to wear your shield to the noble's feast?
Alright. Got that introduction out of the way. Part of this series too is probably... I know it's probably only going to happen for Origins, and the voice protagonist gets introduced later, but I'm also an up-and-coming game master for Dungeons and Dragons, and I really like to practice my roleplay and voices. I want to get really good with voices. So yeah, part of this is going to be a bit of roleplaying myself, so I'm going to, of course, be the terrible dwarf noble who thinks he's high and mighty, high horse. You can barely see him because his horse is that high. Yeah. Also, I am going to do a voice for the options I'm going to pick. Let me know down in the comments if you find that annoying or if you want me to continue, because that's something I want to improve as well. But yeah. Alright. Yes. Let them see me as a warrior.
Of course, if every other noble has a shield and 3 swords, you'll feel awfully underdressed.
Okay. I do really love Steve Bloom. If you guys haven't watched Cowboy Bebop, go watch Cowboy Bebop. He's great in it. You forget your place. I am not to be mocked.
I'm sorry, my lord. The festivities put me in an odd mood.
Don't worry about it. Just try to behave yourself.
Of course. Moving on to the business at hand. The king expects you to make an appearance at the feast, but there's no rush. The noble family heads will spend hours boring your father with petitions and petty grievances.
What sort of grievances?
The usual. This lord had my cousin killed, this lord seduced my wife, this lord did the exact thing I'd planned to do to him, but he did it first. They pose and bluster, and each pretends he is the honorable man in a den of thieves and assassins. Bah. The rest is worth seeing, though. As part of the celebrations, permits have been auctioned off to members of the merchant caste who wish to sell wares in the Diamond Quarter. Lord Harrowmont has also opened up the provings for young warriors to test their mettle before tomorrow's battle. Perhaps we should go show them what single combat is really all about. And by we, I mean you. I'll practice my cheering.
Why don't you want to fight in the provings, Gorham?
You remember last year's open proving? It took your father's smith 6 hours to remove my helmet. I'm not meant for single combat. I fight as my lord's second in shield. That's enough for me.
Alright. The provings sound appealing. Let's go have a look.
Right behind you, my lord. The day is ours until the feast.
Yeah, doing the voice, I don't know if there's going to be a differentiate between my normal voice and the voice I'm doing for Deus. There's even a difference being picked up by the mic. Yeah, I really love the dwarven architecture in this. Good eagle eye view. I love how like it's so spacious, you know? You wouldn't expect that. Yeah, I didn't install a fast movement mod too. Yeah, I'm just gonna be a speedy dwarf. Oh! Alright. I didn't expect it to be this fast, but it's kinda cool.
Oh.
I was gonna say, I didn't expect it to be this fast, but it almost puts a smile on my face. What is this wrench doing?
I'm sorry. I thought you were Prince Balin coming down the hall. Forgive me.
Gorham, tell her that my brother is at the feast.
Prince Balin is attending the feast being held in Lord Idukin's honor.
Yes, of course. It was presumptuous of me to think that he would return to... I am sorry. I will show myself out, with your leave, my lord.
Gorham, tell her she may take her leave of me.
Go.
Thank you. I will go now.
Alright. Oh, Balin, huh? Yeah, my younger brother, I believe. Yeah, it's been a while since I have played all these games. Velgard being recently, so the connections, the character connections and origins is going to take me a second to remember. But yeah. Let's see, trains. Iron Room, Balin's ruins. What a trains, if I can actually go inside. Yeah, figures. My older brother doesn't want his younger brothers in his room. Pretty relatable, since I'm also an older sibling.
I am at your sign of trouble here.
Father's room. Gotcha.
Congratulations on being named commander.
Alright, seems to be, yeah, that's where the feast is having. We'll take care of that later. Go outside. On shield defense, that's pretty cool if I say so myself. But yeah, let's see. Do we have anything else? Okay. I don't know what that means, but let's put that on.
Father has allowed the merchants to show their wares in the Diamond Quarter during these celebrations.
I'm sure we can work this out reasonably. It's in the records. There's nothing I can do.
Ah, my friend. Enjoying the festivities so far?
Quite. The finest in home decorations!
Have you heard about
The finest in home decorations! The finest the finest in home decorations!
Servants dyed with the finest saffron and indigo and embroidered by skilled elven tradesmen. I've seen Prince Balin Iduken himself wearing a robe made of something quite similar.
So I pay your exorbitant price, only to end up looking like a poor imitation of Prince Balin. You'll get no coin from me.
But that's not what I meant, my lord. My lord! My lord Iduken, you honor me by visiting my humble booth. May I show you my wares?
You have something I might want.
Not for a mighty warrior such as yourself, my lord, but perhaps a lady friend. I forget myself. I'll be silent.
This looks to be mostly fabrics from the human lands. These merchants form alliances with those who have abandoned our ways to live on the surface.
We trade our good steel and stone for this?
It's a shame, I agree. Perhaps we should get going.
Yeah, even so, I have... Oh, I didn't realize I had this. Straight. Yeah, I thought I was the prince. Why can't I afford this? Oh well.
Our trust follow, big brother. How surprising to run into you out among the common folk.
Especially since duty requires that you attend our King Father at the feast today. Have you so little respect for him to disregard his wishes on a day set aside for you?
Lord Harrowmont told me we wouldn't be needed for hours at least.
Silence! If I want the opinion of my sibling's second, I will ask for it.
Yes, Your Highness.
Don't speak to Gorham like that. Only I can speak to Gorham like that.
I speak to lower houses and castes as they should be spoken to. Now do as I say.
I like this. Keep barking your orders. I'm sure I'll get her someday.
Your lack of a sense of duty to your house is obvious. I can't imagine why you are receiving a commission. I expect after tomorrow I'll spend much time apologizing to the heads of the noble houses for the deaths of their children under your incompetent command.
That's a bit harsh, isn't it, Trian?
As heir to the throne, it is my duty to impart wisdom and judgment upon those who need it. Now then, you, get to the feast.
It's cute that you think you can order me around.
I'd advise you to watch that tongue, dear sibling. Father will not live forever. Come, Balin.
Ignore him. It's my day, not his.
Of course, my lord.
My lord Iduken, nothing here rivals your amazing Iduken armor, but if you wish something made...
You know very well House Iduken has its own royal armorers.
Of course. Forgive me. You honor me.
Again, why can't I have all of these?
Look at this piece, darling. It rivals even the work of the Paragon Smith herself.
Nonsense, woman. Your words bring shame upon our house. See how the edges are rough and pitted? Would you compare this to Branca's work? Trust a woman to speak of things she doesn't understand. Be quiet now and pray the ancestors deliver Branca back safely.
Yeah, I like the foreshadowing, but as you can probably tell, it's not just the cast that system that keeps dwarves ignorant.
What about that one?
I doubt he's up to the
On
task.
it.
I'm
Right.
not going down that road again.
Oh, I would love to end up with a red head.
Would that Sir Blackstone were a noble,
Stand up straight. They're coming. What have we here? Two handsome, strapping, noble lords. You both look so grand.
And isn't this the man of the hour, the king's son?
Who's your friend, my lord? Another noble from the honored House Iduken?
This is Sir Gorm, of the warrior caste.
Oh, then not a noble?
No, Telly, not a noble. Stone you're thick sometimes.
What's going on here?
They're noble hunters, my lord. A man takes his caste from his father, and these women hope to bear a noble lord's son. If one is successful, she's raised up to concubine in the noble house to care for her child. It provides new sword arms for the house, and many nobles look favorably on such women.
Again, I'm playing the mighty, spoiled, rich son, so forgive me for roleplay, but I'm going to do it. Sounds like a good deal to me.
Shall I come to your chambers after the ceremony, then?
I talked to him first. I want him.
He's looking for a woman, Telly, not a little girl. I'm Marty, and I know how to give my lord a night he'll remember.
Then let's get to it.
No fear, Telly. Many nobles will fancy a younger girl. I will see you when the ceremony ends, my lord.
Congratulations on being named commander.
My lord, are you heading to the proving arena?
Gorm, I don't remember addressing this man.
You are not to address the Lord Iduken and the spoken to first.
Forgive me, Sir Gorham. I meant no offense.
Back to your duties.
But sir, this is my duty. I am to escort our new commander to the proving grounds.
I clean forgot about that. Forgive me, I should have informed you sooner. The king decided you were not to travel through the commons unguarded.
I am quite capable of walking safely to the proving.
I did mention the merchants that won permits to show their goods in the Diamond Quarter. There were only so many permits auctioned off, and quite a few were turned away. Your father fears you will be harassed on the way to the proving.
This is silly, but I will comply.
Will we be leaving then?
Yes.
We are at your command.
Highness, it is an honor to have you here. Have you come to watch these brave warriors do battle in your honor?
No, I've come to fight.
Your Highness, this proving is in your honor.
Then honor him by doing as he says. My Lord Iduken will fight in this proving.
All will see my goal.
Of course, it is well within your rights. Men and women of Orzammar, we have a late entry to these provings, held on the eve of battle for the honor of House Iduken. I give you the Lord Iduken himself. Are you ready for your first match?
Ready, eager, hungry.
Then let us begin! This is a glory proving, fought under the watchful eyes of the paragons of Orzammar, for the honor of House Iduken. Lord Iduken will fight, and there Bimo, youngest son of Lord Bimo.
You honor me with this match.
Be on your guard.
First warrior to fall is vanquished. Fight!
What a weird camera angle to start. Sweet. Pretty simple.
The winner is Lord Iduken.
I do like this little side quest. It kind of like introduces the tutorial to combat. Very simplicity. At least single combat. Group combat will come later, but you know.
That was quite a fight. Alair Bimo is no slouch with that hammer. Are you ready for your next opponent?
That's weird. How do you know it's a her? Before I'm told. Yeah, shout out to, I don't know his name, but I'll put it on screen, but the voice actor here. If anyone's fans of Ben 10, check that out in the comments. But yeah, alright.
Excellent. Let us go. This is a glory proving, fought under the watchful eyes of the paragons of Orzammar, for the honor of House Iduken. Lord Iduken will fight Adol Helmi, eldest daughter of Lady Helmi.
Honor and glory to your house, your highness.
And to yours.
First warrior to fall is vanquished. Fight!
This is funny camera angle to start again. This is getting close. Come on. Oh no. Oh. Damn. Alright. Let's try that again.
Are you ready for your next opponent?
Honor and glory to your house, your highness.
That's a nice crit right there. Another crit. Alright. Very well.
The winner is Lord Iduken.
Alright.
That was a crowd pleaser. Many were waiting to see that woman put in her place. Sir Blackstone is your next opponent. Are you ready to face him?
Alright, I am.
Then let us begin. This is a glory proving, fought under the watchful eyes of the paragons of Orzammar, for the honor of House Iduken. Lord Idukan will fight Sir Blackstone, deep-throat squad leader of the warrior caste.
This is your education, child. Try to learn as you bleed.
Oh, men don't frighten me.
First warrior to fall is vanquished. Fight! Is it just me, or do you actually think you have a chance?
Nice block. Good one. Come on. Almost there.
No quarter! Show me what you got!
There we go.
The winner is Lord Idukan.
Yeah. Golf clap, everybody.
Well done. You have proven that even the best of the warrior caste cannot match a noble Idukan. Franklin Ivo is your final opponent. He too has had many victories today. Are you ready to face him, or will you rest first?
Let me at him.
Of course. This is a glory proving, fought under the watchful eyes of the paragons of Orzammar, for the honor of House Idukan. It is down to just 2 warriors, with backbones of stone and wills of iron. They have defeated all others this day. Lord Idukan will fight Franklin Ivo, second son of Lord Ivo.
You fight well. I wish you glory today and glory tomorrow.
Glory is for the one who can take it.
First warrior to fall is vanquished. The victor is champion. Fight!
No, that's stunned. Oh, dude, that's shield of his. Crit, nice. No. I like how it's just like they killed me. I find that pretty funny.
That was a crowd pleaser.
Oh, maybe I don't even need that outpost. Oh, I did. I didn't even need it.
The winner is Lord Idukan.
Just the lucky rolls. More favorable rolls.
Congratulations. Franklin Ivo is as fierce a competitor as I've ever seen. You vanquished every warrior of note in today's proving. The ceremonial helm, commissioned by your father for today's winner,
did a first try too.
is yours.
Of course it's mine.
As you say.
Nope. And I don't have the strength. Let's see. Oh, just one more. Yeah, just require level up, I guess. Yeah, let's go back.
My lord, your wish is our command.
Speed, 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 speed.
Congratulations on being named commander, my lord.
This should be easy enough.
Look, the Grey Wardens are here. The raid tomorrow must be more than a standard mission. The Wardens only go where the Darkspawn are the greatest threat.
My lord Idukan, might I bother you for a moment? Many thanks for your willingness to hear me out, my lord. I wish to speak to you of a matter most urgent.
Go on. How much time do I have?
The It looks as if the heads of House Bimo and Mino are keeping your father busy, which leaves you plenty of time for our dear old friend, Lord Dace.
You're a credit to your caste, Sir Goran. I've always said so. If I had a daughter, I'd give her to you and make you the noble you deserve to be.
You honor me, my lord.
Let's make this fast.
Let us just pretend we spent another 10 minutes wishing good things on each other's houses, yes? There is a vote coming before the Assembly next week. And a word from you could go a long way towards helping our cause.
Yeah, the answer is no. I don't play politics.
Will you at least hear me out?
Very well, but I promise nothing.
All I ask is an open mind, and of course I do not presume to ask for something with nothing given in return. I propose a mutually beneficial arrangement. The vote concerns the status of the so-called surface caste. Lost to the stone, air-touched, and so forth. Centuries ago, narrow-minded men declared that any dwarf who left to live on the surface forfeited his caste, and his house if noble. That he was, in essence, no longer a dwarf. I seek only to remedy an injustice, to retie the bonds of anyone who can trace himself to one of the noble houses wherever he may live. Please, agree to speak for this noble cause.
Dwarves who travel to the surface are no longer dwarves.
Let's be honest. I don't care a whit for those who have wandered from the stone. My wife, however, is a gem of a different color. She has a cousin, a useless sort, but she's quite fond of him. He joined a speculative venture to the surface, hoping to make his fortune, and went bust. Now he wishes to come home, but he cannot, for he has no house and would be casteless. For my wife's sake, I take up his cause. Will you lend me your voice?
What do I get in return?
I keep my ears to the stone, my lord. I hear many things, some of which could be a great help during your mission tomorrow. A little forewarning to help your forearming, if you know what I mean.
Want hard currency, not rumors.
Saving for a run for the Assembly? Never mind. If hard currency is what you wish, hard currency is what you will have. How does 100 sovereigns sound?
Yeah, sounds good. What can I do?
When your father presents you to the noble houses, I will ask for your opinion on the matter. You have merely to say that you feel our surface brothers should be returned their noble rights. Or to be more simple.
Alright.
You're a fool. Your mother would melt the stone if she knew what you just did.
How dare you speak to me that way?
Show you are to be respected, and I will no longer speak to you as a child. Lord Dace is playing you false. Go ahead, be his puppet. Your first command will be marked by every major house turning their back on you.
You have something to say, do so.
If you are to play in the games of the Assembly, make sure you know the motivations of the players. Last spring, a guild from the merchant caste invested heavily in an expedition with a guild from the surface. Lord Dace backed the merchant guild, pouring a great deal of money into the venture. The expedition was a disaster.
Lord Dace lost some money, and...
Lord Dace lost a great deal of money and prestige. The Surface Guild has no way to repay the investment, but it does have several leading members who are descended from noble houses. House Helmi, Bimo, I Dukin.
If the surface dwellers return to their noble houses...
You begin to see the whole picture. Your house and mine would be forced to pay the Surfacer's kin debts. It would be a great victory for Lord Dace.
Fine. Let Lord Dace think he's fooled me.
Just so, my clever friend. Smile and nod, and when he asks his question, tell him that the so-called surface caste are right where they belong. That should take Lord Dace down a peg or two.
I'll do that. Or, no, I'll think about it.
Good. Your house's reputation hangs in the balance.
Greetings, my lord Idukan. It is an honor to meet you at last.
At last? Yeah, well, I should do this. I think, Thedas is pretty much loved the stories of the Grey Wardens. Because they're pretty much dwarves in a sense. You know, fighting the Darkspawn. Sacrificing their lives for a noble cause. For honor and war. The honor is mine, Warden.
I have had the opportunity to recently meet with your father. He speaks highly of you. He says you may be the most skilled warrior in all of House Idukan.
My father does me a great honor.
I have no doubt it is deserved. We need more Grey Wardens like you, and quickly. Even as the Darkspawn weaken here in Orzammar, they are stirring on the surface. A blight has begun. Soon the fight must go beyond the deep roads, lest the Darkspawn threaten all the world.
Good. Let them leave their city and pester the humans.
No one is safe from a blight. If the Darkspawn overrun the surface lands, they will return in even greater numbers. Orzammar would perish along with the rest. None of our lands is truly self-sufficient.
I wonder if Father would allow me to join.
Alas, I do not think he would take kindly to that suggestion. As the child of the king, heir after Lord Trion, your place is here.
Yes, I belong with my father in laws.
I wish you luck in the deep roads tomorrow. Show the Darkspawn the might of your people.
My king, please reconsider. Trade contracts alone could bring great prosperity to our houses.
Will we really turn our back on our brothers and a potential fortune in cheap labor because of a political technicality?
Denial of the traditions of our people does not qualify as a political technicality. There is more to life than monetary gains, my lords Bimo and Mino. The Assembly of Kal Sharok will respect the rule of Orzammar, or they will rot and die alone, surrounded by enemies.
Yes, my king.
But look, we have company to spare us further wrangling. Atrast Vala, my son. How fine you look in your great-grandfather's armor. I hear you were declared champion of the Provings. I suppose you were never one to sit by when something exciting was going on. Are you ready to be presented to the heads of the noble houses?
Of course, Father.
So dutiful. Very well, let us begin. Lords, ladies, grant me a moment of your time. We are here today so I may present to you my second eldest child, blessed by the stone and born of the blood that ran in the veins of the Paragon Idukan, who would pose a question to the prospective commander. Who seeks to know the prospect better?
I have a question. I seek to know the prospect better.
Lord Dace, head of House Dace, speak.
Lords, ladies, my question concerns the plight of our wayward kin, the so-called service caste. What does the Commander Prospect think is the proper place for these lost souls?
They should be respected, but no more.
Are you satisfied, Lord Dace? Do you feel you have learned something about the prospect?
Yes, my king.
Then if there are no other challenges, I give you Orzammar's next commander. Tomorrow, our newest commander will lead part of a mission to strike a great blow to the Darkspawn. Not only does this recover access to some of our most important mines, but it also allows our honored guest Duncan, head of Ferelden's Grey Wardens to strike far into the deep roads.
Thank you, King Endrin. While the Darkspawn seem to withdraw, it is only because they are massing on the surface. This could mean a blight, and my men and I will discover the truth.
We are honored to have you with us, my friend. Now, feast, drink, and celebrate, for the morning brings battle! As for you, my new commander, find your brother Trian and send him to me. He may be watching the provings, or getting some rest in his rooms.
Of course, Father.
Walk well, Commander.
I kind of like how the king kind of dismissed Duncan's warnings. Just kind of shows you that no one really believes the blight.
Good luck to you tomorrow.
And I mean, like, why should they anyways? I know, we know
no sign of trouble,
great, but I forget how long since the last blight happened. Let's see, where am I going? Okay. But yeah.
So you're a commander now, in name at least. Shouldn't you be attending our King Father?
Balin, how was your day?
Interesting. I would have been at the feast, but Trian had need of me.
The world does not stop and start with your meager achievements. Not even tonight. Now, do you have some purpose in bothering us?
Father's word, you're too much of an ass to be a prince.
You push your luck. Balin, get to bed. We have a big day tomorrow. I will see what our father wishes from his heir.
All day I've put up with that. He can really grate on the nerves.
I agree.
And what I'm going to tell you next won't make you any more fond of him.
Is this something I want to hear?
Probably not. But you need to all the same. Trian has begun to move against you. I never thought his much-proclaimed honor would allow him to actually act on his jealousy. Big brother, Trian is going to try to kill you.
That seems a little far-fetched.
I wouldn't have believed it myself if I hadn't overheard him giving orders to his men. Trian's decided you're a threat to his taking the throne. Maybe he's right.
True. Let's see, what do I want to do this? True. Trian's a pompous ass. And everybody likes me better.
It would be unusual for the Assembly to ignore the King's choice, but it does happen. The first Idukan king wasn't even part of the house's leading family. That was an extraordinary case, but at least a half-dozen times the Assembly named a lesser family member, or even someone from another house, as king. Usually, it's the popular younger brother of an undesirable prince.
So does Trian think of me does Trian think I'm courting the Assembly?
Look at it from his perspective. You're more personable than he's ever been. You entered the provings held in your own honor just for glory and to please the crowds. If you win glory against the Darkspawn tomorrow, it will only strengthen the case for you as the next heir. Trian fears Father will replace him on the spot. If not, the Assembly will surely turn against him when Father dies. You know his pride will never allow him to step aside.
And what's your angle on this? Maybe not. I kind of want to play, like, kind of naive. You know, he's trying to stroke my hate. Well, I guess. Since I have played this game, there's going to be a bit of spoiler discussions as well. And this is going to be one of those times, so if you haven't played this game before, please step away for a moment while I kind of discuss what's happening. Alright, this is your warning now. Yeah, I don't really know how to roleplay this, because I know, so I have that forethought of, like, I know that Balin's kind of being tricky and trying to stroke my ego. So I would be like, well, what's your ego? But I think since I'm trying to roleplay this, Balin's stroking the ego, I think I'll have to play the fool a bit. You know, part of roleplay is like enjoying the flaws of your character as well, and maybe overpassing them, or the tragedy of being succumbed by it. And we'll see what happens to Deus Iduken in the future, but for now, let's play the pompous ass. Drian needs to die. Oh, and welcome back, people who have turned away for spoilers. But Drian needs to die.
I'm afraid I must agree with you. Tomorrow's battle is the time to do it. I'll find out the rendezvous and buy you the time to do what must be done. I'm taking your place as Father's second, so I'll be at hand tomorrow. For now, try to get some sleep.
May the Paragon smile down on you.